Okay, Jim, this is your first video lesson. We're going to just go through and identify areas to improve. We don't have to panic early because some of the early moves will solve the later moves. But basically, a good fundamental swing, athletic. Your follow through and post impact is like spot on. The problem is we're working from a deficit because of where we're getting it at the top, and the fact is we end up coming down too steep, and we're trying to save it with our hands. So the first thing we want to look at is for later development, but it's the lower body action that we need to change. And what we want is the lower body to stay in this corridor, as we said during the lesson. And as you take it back, okay. So here's area number one that needs to be improved is this position. Now that dragging it inside is setting you up for being across the line and too steep down. So if you get that right where your hands are and the shaft is above your toe line, that's where the position should be. I can put up, you know where it should be. I could put up Applebee's, but I can do that later. Okay, so right from there, and see your hip goes back and your head goes up, and I'll explain that in a bit. And as we said, this is across the line and shut, and we'll get you to a better position. But it's shut mainly because, see, there's really no bend in your right wrist up at the top. It should be pointed more towards our fireplace here. So as you come down, see, you lose the back wall here, and when you do that, you lose your spine angle during impact. Your head went up, so it had to come down. Now you had to find the ground, and your lower body is significantly away from this back wall. Now you're an athlete, so all of a sudden you go, I'm going to manufacture this spine angle. Well, it's too late because we tried to hit with almost zero spine angle. So, but this is a good, this shows you got good flexibility. You got a good recovered spine angle here, and you come up. So now, so that's the lower body, and on this lesson we don't need to work on it. We'll do that on a follow-up lesson. But what we do need to fix is this initial takeaway. So let's zoom over and get this angle. See, I've drawn these lines here, up and kind of up, and what we want to do is get to Applebee's. See how his back slants away from the target, and his lower body, or his right leg, points slightly towards the target. So he's much more wound up than you are. I think too yeah. Now the advantage of having that leg pointed towards the target is less lateral slide is required to get back to the ball. He does have a lateral slide, but then he starts kicking this thing out. So as you come through, so first of all, you want to get in a better position here, a better position here, boom, boom, and that club will appear to be laid off. And then eventually we're going to work to this position where the left hip goes back, and that's supported by a stiff left leg at impact or shortly after impact. Traps the ball, rotates through. So like I was saying, your three drills are take it to here, hold it, then go to the top and hit. That's drill number 1. Drill number 2 is go to the top, hold it, and then swing through. And the third drill is basically go to here and then punch the ball. This last drill is a good one to work on your lower body. There, so it goes from here to here. That's a good shot to have when you're playing with the wind or against the wind. It can work to your advantage. I'll just let this thing run so you'll have a picture of it. And then we'll do this picture. We'll let this run. This is a good model.